Oh. Hello, welcome to the Dope Show with Dopey. This is like the third video we did in a row. I'm here with Shredder, and the first video I did was how to death metal growl, and that was it, just death growl. The second one was us rambling, a 34-minute video on how to between deathcore death metal debate. And this one, we're going to talk about slam on the Dope Show with Shredder. And Shredder wants to show you how to slam. We want to talk about slam and why we love slam. Hold on one second, Shredder. No, go ahead and play. We'll see how it sounds in the background. Anyways, this band right here, Ingested, was one of our main influences forever. And we are obsessed with slam. There are several things you can do with slam. Slam is just going to be the next epic thing, man, if it isn't already. Bands at the beginning, especially even old school slam bands, are coming back, like Dehumanized. That's right, son. Dehumanized. Internal Bleeding. And I don't know if they ever did. I thought they did, man. I thought they weren't around anymore, but I heard they were coming back or something. But Internal Bleeding's the shit. Old school slam, like Suffocation and Skinless. We love all Skin. I love Skinless for a long time. The first two Skinless albums are my favorite albums. Favorite albums. The last two Skinless albums aren't bad. It's still Skinless. The more you listen, I had to listen to it, and it still has that Skinless sound. It's just more death metal that they evolved it, and I really. It just doesn't have the bass sound like it did with the first two. The first two has the best bass sound in death metal forever. But we're going to talk about slam today on the Dope Show, aren't we, Shredder? Yeah. And this is my comrade. Not that he's Russian or anything. Let's see what we can do with this camera here. That's my comrade, Shredder. He is the guitarist in the band that we are in. So far, it's only a two-man band. We did have probably maybe close up to 4 members. I was going to split vocals. Still am planning on splitting vocals with a buddy of mine, Joker. And the guitar that he's playing in the background is basic slam riffs. I wish I just had a regular camera, man. That'd just be fucking epic. And this sucks. And fucking, what do you want to say about slam, Shredder?
Actually, I already said it on the other video.
Well, let's repeat it again for the people who don't see the other video.
Alright. Slam is basically a lot of down picking, really. I mean, you can mix it up if you want with the ups, alternate picking or whatever. But it's mainly just a lot of down picking, palm muted chords, and opening them up. And it like catches into a certain kind of groove. Din 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 din, you know. There's a lot of stops too, I find too. Like din 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 din. Stuff like that.
All right. Before you met me, what was it? Would you say it was me that got you into slam?
Yeah, you did.
All right. Before you met me, what metal were you into?
Mainly like Cannibal Corpse. I was just into death metal.
And the death metal, were we? Yes, we were.
I wasn't really into the underground slam stuff.
Yeah. To tell you the truth, I was into death metal too, and the first slam band I ever heard to actually be recognized as slam to help me actually start to recognize other slam bands was Short Bus Pile Up. Short Bus Pilot was the first slam band I ever heard. And I loved Short Bus Pilot. I thought it was the most epic band I've ever heard when I first heard it. And see, you hear that? Dun, 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 dun. That's slam. And it's going to be epic. Check out Short Bus Pilot, man. All slam bands, and that's nothing. We're going to talk about slam bands. Slam bands that I'm going to talk about that we love, and for you to check out. I even also had a list for underground slam bands that you really need to check out. Here, I'm going to put this where we both can get in the camera here without me holding this bitch. Let's put that down a little bit. Yep. And soon, one of the things we want to come out in the death metal scene and do some slam as well. We mixed out quite a bit of a lot of our influences together. We're learning one of the hard. We had death metal down. Slam just comes at first when I was with Shredder. He's a great guitarist. Show him all your skills. Just sweep and shred real quick. Right. But yeah, anyways, when I first heard Slam, I was like, wow, this is fucking brutal. And to notice it's coming out more, I just can't get enough of it. I really can't. I'm addicted to every Slam band that's out there. And probably my favorite Slam band ever to be Slam. It's really hard to pick one, man. But I definitely have a top 5. Begging for Incest is on there. Abominable Putridity. Inchested's first album, which I do have, and I think I showed you it in the beginning of this video. This album, this was it, man. This was it for me. This was like the Slipknot when I first found Slipknot. Probably Pantera's Great Southern Shred Kill, you know. I just love it. It's the most epicest thing ever. We plan as a band, me and him. There is a potential chance that we might get this awesome drummer. He was in a band called Steel Toed Abortion, and this band was really great. It's a great death metal band, had a lot of great potential, but it lacked some sort of dedication. What it lacked was me. I wasn't in it, and I tried to get in it, but they had a few singers, and another guitarist just didn't want me in the band. He said I was a joke back then, so I kind of took offense to it. But anyways, he's still a great guy. We tried to have him in the band, other members from Steel Toe Abortion, but we got a great thing going on. Soon as Shredder learns his timing, that's the only thing that's holding us back is timing. He can't play with the metronome, but he's working on it. And we have drum machine programmers and a lot of awesome drum. Well, mainly two. Zach Cross from Horde Torture and Sasha, who's from Russia, and I can't pronounce his last name. But that Sasha's going to be our main drum machine programmer, and then there's going to be other drum machine programmers that we go to basically lead just somewhat of a blueprint. But we can't have multiple drum machine programmers because then every song will sound different. And we really like Sasha's, so if we get something that we like, we give it to Sasha and have Sasha style it out. But yeah, the old Bludgeoner, man, we've been struggling for a long time because we don't have our own recording studio. Crotch Ripper has gracefully taken us underneath their wing and has helped record us in their recording studio. Right now, we're going through some shit. We're trying to get a better apartment. I'm trying to get into his old apartment to where we can have a recording studio in there of our own. We're going to be moving during March, and April. We are, no matter what, we're having the demo out by July 4th. That's our date to have we're calling the demo Death to Pigs, or Death to the Pigs. We're also a political band. We try to talk about politics, conspiracies, theories, the Illuminati, stuff like that. Somewhat dying theist style of lyrics. And anyways, slam. I don't know how to educate you in it. I just gotta tell you the bands to look at it. But we're trying to evolve it and go further. There's a kid who liked one of our songs, and he was kind of he's all right. He said slam can't be technical, and when you say you can't do something, then it just makes me want to do more, because you can do anything. Everything is possible. There are thousands of possibilities to do several hundred things. Come on, Trevor, show them what you got. I'm just hearing. I'm not hearing the epicness, Trevor. It's supposed to be my background music. Come on.
I am playing background.
I know. Do some of the shit that we were jamming.
What?
The Suppo shit.
I don't know what you're
Oh
talking
my
about.
God.
Suppo shit.
How could you not, man? This is another thing I gotta work with. He never remembers anything he writes.
I know.
It's sad. You play it all the time. You're like that one fucking riff. And you like that riff? Like, yeah, we recorded it yesterday. It's like, oh, okay. But
Well, how does it go?
I'm done.
How does it go?
I'm done. I'm done.
How does it go?
I'm just gonna grab the tape and bring it in. I'll be right back. Shredder, educate them. Yeah, that riff. It don't matter. But anyways, we're trying to be brutal death metal, slam death metal, technical death metal in one. Brutal slam tech or brutal tech slam. I like brutal slam tech better. Brutal slamming tech. And usually all I gotta say is Suppo, and he goes suffocation style on slamming. But so far we have one song recorded. It's called The Beasting, and it's only a sample. It's with Zach Cross Drum Machines, and for a while his drum machine programs had broke down, and he did it to The Beasting, and it's different. And then we also had Sasha redo it. That's the only song we got done so far. We do have a couple other songs recorded. We did record Radiation Plague, but it got fucked up. The timing's fucked on it. Plus we didn't get it in time, and we missed a couple riffs. So as soon as we get our timing down and learn how to play with the metronome, nothing should stop us. I'm also going to try to get a recording studio of our own in our own apartment, so we don't have to travel an hour away. We only record on the weekends with Alex. We need to be recording every day. We're going to start saving us up some time to get an extra computer. But this video, I'm just trying to talk about slam. You know, anything that's slam. I'm going to mention some slam bands that I do like. I did have a list of underground slam bands that I was liking, that I thought that should be checked out. Let's see if I got a list still. Sweet, I do got a great list here. Anyways, this was like our top 10, 12 list of our influence for slam. It's not really official, but it is slam. Number 1 is Ingested. 2 is Begging for Incest. 3 is Short Bus Pile Up. 4 Devourment. 5 Wicked the Cadaver. 6 Abnormity. You should check out that band, Abnormity. It's a very great slam band. I think it's also technical slam. Kind of reminds me of Vomit the Soul. Vomit the Soul is very. Hold on real quick. You know, we're trying to be technical slam, which it is possible. They're saying it's probably your uncle. No, CFOA. I don't fucking know. Anyways, there's a kid that saying slam can't be technical. So basically, given slam has to be that, we're not closed-minded. You can do anything possible. You can make several genres. You can everything's possible. You can't be brutal slam tech. I mean, there are bands out there that are already technical slam, like Visceral Disgorge and Visceral Throne. And anyways, check out Abnormity. Great technical slam band, in my opinion. Gorbin. That's a Jap slam band, which I'm in love with. That's a killer slam rip he's doing right now as well. Gorbin, Visceral Disgorge, Putrid Pile, Cranium. Can't go wrong with Cranium. In fact, Cranium's new album is pretty fucking epic. I really do like Cranium's new album. And then Abominable Fugitive. This is a slam band that I was really impressed with when I first heard them. Still am. It reminds me of Skinless, like they're today's Skinless. 7H Target. You should check out 7H Target. That is just one of the most. It's like a technical slam, groovy slam, brutal slam. It's really talented slam. Slam, slam, slam. If you don't get it, slam is what's in. Give up the deathcore and start going slam. And slam, there's a lot of slam bands out there that aren't generic. That's what this one guy posted on a video of mine. He's like, I think slam's even more boring and generic than deathcore. But I actually think the opposite. There are slam bands that are like that. That'll just just do a plain old simple slam riff. You know, that was it. Why did you say I don't know? You got it. But people just repeat that riff the whole song and change it up tiny bits. Yes, of course, there are those slam bands. But if you're into serious slam like I am, if you check out Abnormity, it's not playing generic bullshit. It's killer slam, especially Abominable Fugity's new album. They went great. 7H Target as well. It's what am I trying to look for? That it's unique. That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm looking for. Unique. 7H Target unique slam. Now I'm gonna go in alphabetical order because I'm looking at I also think Applaud the Impaler is slam as well. A lot of people say Applaud the Impaler is somewhat deathcore or something. They do they have only like one somewhat deathcore song. Anyways, Applaud the Impaler, in my opinion, is somewhat technical slam, and that they're also a great band. I have a lot of Applaud the Impaler merch as well. I got some in the mail coming, and I'm pretty cool with the guy over the internet, Corey Millett. He hooks me up with a bunch of shit. Let's see what other good old slam bands we got. Also, Carnal Decay. That's old school shit. And it's really kind of like old school stuff, but it's really new. It's like new old school slam. It's kind of hard to explain. I really do like Carnal Decay. They're pretty fucking slam. Shotgun Facelift is probably one of the most epic slam songs. And there's bands that are out there. It's basically like a lot of people. This is what slam has been a definition of. That you'll talk to people who really know slam, like Alex McFarlane from Crotch Ripper. I love Alex. I call him Sir Alex the Black because he's a wizard. And this guy has the blackest belt degree in death metal. He surpasses mine. This guy has every single death metal album I've ever wanted. From A to Z. He has all the only albums he owns. You don't own any mainstream albums. It's all underground death. All underground death. He has probably about like that row, that row. He has like 5 rows of death metal CDs that are like this long, and it's just it puts mine to shame. He has a black belt in death metal. But let's keep going. Celepatripsy or Celipho, I think that's the name. Celepatripsy. That band is probably one of the most grooviest, hardcore, old school, grungy slam, man. I mean, when it comes to old school shit, these guys are old school, man. And it's kind of funny to say old school because like 2005 and 7 is like apparently old school. It's like the mid school. We'll call it mid school. Anyways, this is the only band that I ever heard that kind of sounds like another band that's out there, which is Devour. But they don't sound exactly alike. It's the drums. The drums is what if you can tell the difference. You listen to Devourment and their drummer, and then you listen to Self-Atripsy. I don't know how to pronounce it right, but those drums, the drummers do the exact same kind of drum techniques, which is double gravity blast, and that's it, man. The drummers kind of sound exactly the same, or they're just that great. Other than that, those are the only two death metal bands that are the most similar. Like I'll take deathcore. There's so many deathcore bands that sound exactly the same, which is my opinion. I feel that's true. There's deathcore bands that are out there that have their own unique style, which is good for them. But just to keep repeating the same fucking shit, it's not original and it's crap, in my opinion. It's always nice to be new, edgy, and to come out. Cerebral Incubation, when I first heard those guys, I was very addicted to them as well. This is going to be a long slam video. We're already at 20 minutes, and Shredder's playing the background music as well. And Cerebral Incubation is a slam band. I'm just going to start naming Colonize the Rotting. This band is probably one of the most underrated death metal bands that I should be getting more credit. Colonize the Rotting is a very unique, not only slam, but brutal death band, man. I mean, these guys give Colonize the Rotting, it's just so fun, it's epic. It is really epic, almost as epic, pretty much as epic as Ingested's first album. Colonize the Rotting, man, the basis, you always got to have an excellent basis. I'm serious. You have to have a basis that stands out. Colonize the Rotting's basis stands out. It's a slap. I'm pretty sure he does slap, and he's just a great bassist, man. Colonize the Rotting is very technical, brutal, and slamming. So they're a pretty brutal slam tech band, in my opinion. They're saying the brutal death metal, but you can also. That's what I was going to say. Slam apparently originates from a brutal death metal breakdown. Wouldn't you say, Shredder?
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much brutal death metal's breakdown, and they just turn into a genre.
And they turn it into a genre.
Kind of like deathcore came from the metalcore breakdowns.
Exactly.
Just turned into a genre.
Which is one of the greatest things that you can have, man. Because, I mean, brutal death metal, before slam came around, I was like, brutal death metal. Brutal death metal is epic, man. It really is. Like, Flesh Consumed. And I'm trying to think of other brutal death metal bands. Right. And it came from that breakdown. And then you formed a whole new genre. But I mean, it's not, slam isn't just always a breakdown. Slam, it's just like, there's endless possibilities, isn't there? First, when you get into slam, you think it's all been done and then you can't do too much. But then we just never fail, man. We got tapes, cassette tapes filled of riffs that we need to start putting together here. And these are all different slam riffs, man. I mean, it's just like the combinations are endless, aren't they?
Yeah,
it seems like it. And at first it doesn't seem like it is either. It seems like you just do the one slam riff and then it's over. And then you're done.
We're mixing genres
together as well.
So we can go beyond just a simple
slam
pattern. You can create other patterns with it.
Right. I mean, because there are people that are like it's hopeless because slam and then it's done. I mean, because look at Devourment.
I like the combination of slam and brutal death metal because
Let's hear you
you can
talk.
go from
Come here and get in the camera shot.
you can go from the slow slam and then speed up and then go back into slow slam.
You can go into heavy slam,
You
groovy
can do
slam.
something technical and then really fast technical, and then something really brutal after that.
And we were really trying to create our own genre to stick. At first, I wanted to destroy deathcore, so I was thinking, what can I do that would be catchy and destroy deathcore and give it a good name? And I was thinking death gore, you know,
Yeah.
death metal and gore grind together. But gore grind is kind of crappy, man. You got to really seriously like gore grind, which I like some gore grind. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but there is gore grind out there that I like Cemetery Rapist and Triple X Maniac. Death Gore would have been awesome. Death Gore.
Death gore.
Death Gore.
Gore, not core.
Gore. Exactly. That would have been brutal. And Condemned is brutal death metal. They're really brutal death metal, but it still can like if it's a brutal death metal band, then it's going to have some slams in it. It really is. I love Crotch Ripper so much. They're a local band. It's like me and Shredder. They're a guitarist, a vocalist, and a drum machine. Which Crotch Ripper is an inspiration because me and Shredder, man, we have tried doing so many band members around town, drummers, and no one will ever dedicate themselves to us. We're hoping Mick will. He's a great drummer, and at least play our music live for us. And we got it. We definitely have what it takes. There are bands out there with drum machines that make it and are an inspiration to us, like Habitual Defilement. And Habitual Defilement's great, and if they can make it, we can. And same thing with Crotch Ripper. Crotch Ripper is a brutal band. They've been a great influence on us and inspiration. I'll just sit down, Trevor, because all you can see is your elbow.
I don't want to be seen.
You're gay.
I want to hide in the shadows.
All right. Anyways, and Alex McFarland has opened up our eyes and has taken us to a whole new level of inspiration. And it's mostly his brutal death that has inspired us the most. And we actually really love our new style now, brutal death slam.
Yeah.
It's just like we were coming up. At first, we were ingested, man. Ingested, begging for incest mixed together. Like all we were slam. Now we're taking it to a whole new level.
It was all the main slam.
Yeah, we're evolving, and where we're going is just it's going to be epic. And I think we're actually going to have something to offer to the death scene, and be bigger than normal. Really, I think, and so. But like I was saying, talk about colonized rotting. They're like brutal technical slam in my opinion. It's just the basis is phenomenal, almost like the basis from 7H Target. Let's see what other slam bands we got. This is going to be a long video. Digested Flesh. Now, if you really want slam to understand what slam is, a good band to start with is Digested Flesh. And Digested Flesh is a great slam band. I was addicted to Digested Flesh. Short Bus Pile Up, man. If you listen to Short Bus Pile Up, to me that is the definition of slam.
Yeah.
Short Bus Pile Up, I think, is the definition of slam, and it exactly as a definition you will know what slam is.
To me, slam is a concept, and then you can do whatever the hell you want with it.
And there's I want to just play slam bands for you to understand, but make a list of what I'm saying. I'm going to go off on just naming slam bands: Digested Flesh, Distorted Impalement. Shit, hold on. Distorted Impalement. Down from the Wound, some good Japanese slam. Dysentery. I'm going through my windows. Epicardoctomy. Embryonic Depravity. That's a slam band that doesn't get enough recognition either. Embryonic Depravity is a great slam band. I think Female Nosebreaker is a slam band. What would you say? I really like Female Nosebreaker.
I didn't really listen to them much.
No, he didn't even understand it. He thought Female Nosebreaker was another band. And I was like, Gorbent, Flesh consumes brutal death metal, but it's brutal death metal and slam. The Gurchuk tree. I was in love with the Gurchuk. I can't even pronounce it if that's the right name. It's Gurch. It's like Gurchik tree. The Gurchik tree, you know. Gurchik. Gurchick. Gut It Out. Now that's a band that's also inspirational. That's a killer slam band that uses a drum machine, and they stand out as well. Let's see, Human Parasite, a bunch of kids, man. Really, these guys were like 19, 20 years old. Great slam band. Human Rejection, Infected Malignantly, Ingested, Infernal Revulsion, Inherited Disease is brutal death metal, I would say. Intestinal Alien Reflux is slam gore, you know. Intracranial Butchery.
That's a word. That's maybe what it should be called. There's some slam bands that kind of have deathcore concepts, but they do it in a slamcore way or in a core kind of way.
I said slam gore.
Oh, well,
yeah, there's a band that's
slam
gore.
It's slamcore.
No, but that's another thing that's happening is deathcore is starting to rip off slam, and we knew it was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen. So I mean, deathcore has taken an influence, has ripped off slam death metal, and slam death metal comes from brutal death metal. So when you got slam deathcore, it was evolved from brutal death metal. So, you know, because there's a lot of deathcore people that like deathcore, and they'll just talk absolute shit about death metal. You notice that?
Yeah.
Around here in town, there's like deathcore's awesome, brutal death metal just sucks ass. Like, man, that if it wasn't for death metal, you wouldn't have deathcore. You know. So that's my opinion. That's one of the reasons why I personally don't like deathcore. Because here in Clinton, Iowa, it's just a huge deathcore scene. And there's like maybe a handful, 5, maybe 10, 20 people that like death metal compared to like 50 to 100. You know what I mean? And everyone who likes deathcore hates death metal for some reason. I don't know. It's like the same either side.
Yeah.
You either like death metal and you hate deathcore, or you either like deathcore and hate death metal. It depends. Cranium, Catalepsy is a great slam band. Love of Human. Oh, Milking the Goat Machine. Milking the Goat Machine ain't a slam band, but they can't have their slams. Milking the Goat Machine is just a great band anyways. A band that I liked when it first came out was Pencil Lead Syringe. Just a weird name. Pighead. Poppy Seed Grinder. That's a good band. Putrid by Jay. Raid by Pigs. Rest in Gore. Short Bus Pile Up. Skeleton of God. Which is like kind of old school slam if you listen to it. Their old shit, their new shit's weird. Skinless Suppo. Short Bus Pile Up is. That's weird. Viral Load, Visceral Disgorge, Vomit the Soul. Vomit the Soul. I was addicted to Vomit the Soul and Abnormity for a long time because those two bands have basically like the same type of mentality with slam. It's just like technical, brutal slam. That's about all the bands that I got on my windows for slam. But there's so many slam bands that are out there that I want. If I went to my Facebook, I'd just be going on for another 15 minutes. This is another half-hour video. And you gracefully had my special guest, Shredder, play his guitar in the background. So you at least had some music to listen to. Hopefully you paid attention to that and not just my voice, because he's doing slam riffs in the background to show you what slam could be and what you can do with it. So I think we're going to end this video with some Shredder slam. How about that? So I'm going to give the camera to Shredder here, and you guys have a nice day. Thank you for tuning into the Dope Show once more. We've done like 3 videos in a row because it's a Friday night. We ain't got nothing else to do. each one being a half hour. So we spend an hour and a half right now in front of the camera. I just want to thank everyone who's into this shit. And whenever, if you get a hold of me, if you like the one song we got on the internet, the Beasting, I will try my best to get a demo out to you when it's finished. We don't care about money. No, we just want our music out. I'll even put it on the internet to download. You know what I mean? But it'd be cool. We got some pretty cool artwork lined up for the cover, done by a friend of ours. And Other than that, thank you for tuning into the Dope Show with Dopey. Uh, Subject was Slam and special guest Shredder. Have a nice day. Peace. Don't stop. Keep going.
That's good.
All right. No, more slap.
That's how I wanted it to end.
All right. Have a nice day. Peace.